Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the best PvP item in Build-A-Boat for Treasure. As you guys may know, there is many PvP items inside of the game, but which one is actually the best? Standing in front of me, I have literally every PvP item inside of the game. We're going to be rating each item and seeing which one actually does the most damage and which ones are the most useful. So make sure to stay tuned. Also, be sure to like the video and subscribe. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's hop straight into it. All right, so starting off with probably this might not be a PvP item inside of the game, but we're gonna put it on the list anyway. It's the boxing glove. Now I know this does absolutely no damage to players inside of the game, but honestly it's one of the most fun blocks and can be used when you're battling your friends. You can see right here I can fling Skeleton just like that with a click of a button and he just goes flying. Wait, where did he? Oh my gosh, wait, he went flying. So it doesn't do any damage, but it's a pretty fun item, so that's why I included it here. All right, moving on, we have the dynamite or the TNT block. It is different than the TNT barrel, and I think it's honestly way better. So what this block does, it has to be activated. You can throw a fire potion at it, or you can actually activate it with a car seat. So if I go ahead and grab myself one of these dynamites right here, and I place it, and then if I go grab myself a pilot seat, I can place the pilot seat like so, press F, and oh my gosh. Okay, that was not a good idea. And I have everything activated. Oh gosh. Anyway, moving on, we have the TNT barrel. Now the TNT barrel, I don't like it as much just because it's a little bit harder to activate. So like even if you drop this barrel up from a high distance, it won't activate on anything. Really, what you have to do to make this thing explode is for it to hit stage obstacles, or what you could do is also grab yourself a fire potion like this, and you could throw it at it, and then any second this thing would just go boom. And is it gonna do it? There it goes right there. So it does have a pretty strong blast radius, but I would pick the TNT over it any day of the week, or the dynamite. All right, moving on, we have the snowball launcher, which we just got inside of this most recent Christmas update, and I was actually very surprised that they added this inside of the shop for gold. Like, I'm super surprised. I thought if they did add it, it would be for Robux, but nope. So a lot of players actually have this thing, and you guys can see right here, that is 300 blocks. Okay, so we're gonna use the snowball launcher here on this, and you guys can see it does damage to builds. It also does damage to players as well, so I could like actually shoot this thing at Skeleton. So let's test it on Skeleton here. Let's see. You can actually like take off parts of their body. Like I could literally shoot his hands off. Like, what is that? Like, it's super accurate. It's probably one of the most accurate items inside of the game for sure. And Skeleton, I am so sorry, bro. Like, oh my goodness, this thing is brutal. Look what I just did to Skeleton. What in the Skeleton? Are you good, bro? I am so sorry. Okay, wait, how is he walking? How is he walking around? Well, I don't understand. Okay, Skeleton. But yeah, I will say, guys, the snowball launcher, one of the best PvP items inside of the game for sure. And then we have the large cannon right here. So this is different than the normal cannon that we have. Let me just show you guys the normal cannon real quick. So normal cannon, if we go over here, let's shoot it at the 100 block pile right here. So we're going to shoot it over there. And oh my gosh. Wait, what? I didn't know it does that much damage. Okay, so we're literally left here with like, I think that's like 20 blocks or something right there. Like, that just did a ton of damage. And then we got this one, which is the mounted cannon, which shoots more cannonballs. So we're gonna aim this at the 292 block stack, and this could break. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and shoot it right here. And oh wait, oh, I remember they changed how this works. I remember it like spreading the cannonballs, but I remember it doesn't do that anymore. So you just have to shoot it, you know, singles at one time. So this one's definitely better than the normal cannon for sure. But the cool thing with the normal cannon is you can actually place multiple of them and activate them all at the same time. So you could theoretically shoot 1,000 cannons at once at a build, and it would just break the game. And by the way, it is super laggy. But moving on here, we have the minigun. And now the minigun is honestly probably one of the most overpowered blocks inside of the game. Now at the end of the video, we're gonna be taking a look at which one is the absolute best. So stay tuned for that. But the minigun right here, definitely one of my favorites. Not only does it deal damage to players, but it also does damage to builds as well. So let's aim it at the this giant stack right here, and let's just go ahead and start shooting it. And look at that. It is just slowly, the stack is just slowly getting smaller. It does have a cooldown on it, but it does have a very fast fire rate. I mean, it's a minigun for crying out loud. It's gonna shoot very, very fast. So that just broke 41 blocks right there with that minigun, so that wasn't bad. Now if we test the laser launcher, which by the way, the laser launcher, you can still obtain this by redeeming the code inside of the Build a Boat for Treasure Nerf gun. So if you guys wanted the laser launcher, that's literally the only way to get it. But let's go ahead and try this one on the left hand side. So this one also, it's kind of like the snowball launcher, except it has more ammo and a slightly faster fire rates. So you guys can see right there, that just did, I think, like, I want to say like 40 damage to that one, I believe, somewhere like that. I mean, if that's 100 blocks, oh wait, no, that might be more than 100 now. 53 left. So that just did a pretty decent amount, like 57? No, 47. Yeah, 47. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Wait, the laser launcher. Let me actually test that out on Skeleton himself, just because the laser launcher, I mean, up close, you guys can see it's doing nothing. It is not good close range at all. But farther away, I mean, this thing is extremely, extremely overpowered. I could probably even pick him off from the spawn over there. Let's see if I can get him. And there we go. Yep, wait, what the? I just shot his leg off. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And he's eliminated. All right, moving on, we have one of my most favorite and most handy items inside of the game, and that is the flint knock item. So this one right here, one taps. If this hits any player at any range at all, you could be super far away or you could be super close up, this is going to eliminate them with one shot. So literally, you guys can see Skeleton's right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot that, and it eliminates him. But one downside about this is it does have a pretty long cooldown. Actually, it's not that long. It's like a 5-second cooldown, but it does do a lot of damage. So moving on here, we got the mounted hand cannon. Now this one doesn't deal a lot of damage to actual players, but to builds it does a lot. So let's shoot it at the 53 of these left, and right there, boom, all gone completely. So the mounted cannon right here, definitely good for destroying builds and boats, but if you're trying to aim it at players, well, look at this, right? I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this. It has a super long cooldown, by the way. Right there, it literally did a sliver of damage. Like, this thing, if you're trying to deal damage to players, not good at all. And Skeleton is now bald. All right, moving on, we got ourselves these swords here. All right, so right now I just got the mounted swords. So this is also one of my most favorite items. It's a pretty OG item. It does a lot of damage very quickly, but does it deal damage to builds? You guys can see right here, no, it does not deal damage to builds. Swords, the flint knocks will not do it, but the cannons will. Now, this is probably my most favorite item on the list out of all of these, and that is the potions, just because there's so many uses for these. So if you throw out the 100 blocks right there, it's just about to burn all of those. So yeah, all of those are burning away right now. Look at that. Wait, that's so satisfying. Look at them. It just all burnt down. There's literally like 10 blocks left. I don't even know how much that is, but it's not a lot. Now it also like does a ton of damage to players as well. If you throw this yellow potion at a player, it's basically a boogie bomb. All right, and then the blue potion can also be used on players as well. Purple potion can also be used on builds to color them. So that's also very interesting. But then the blue potion, which I don't know where it just went. So the blue potion, you can freeze builds like this. It'll change the color. And by the way, the pink potion only works on wood textures, as Skeleton said, but it also works on players as well. So you can actually freeze players inside of the game, and they're basically trapped until they press spacebar enough. So that's also really cool. But I just want to say, potions, there's so many cool glitches, mechanics, cool things you can do with them. It does damage to builds and players. I would say this is one of the higher up ones on the list for sure. Moving on, here we got the candy cane swords. So these ones are kind of similar to the mounted swords we have here. It might actually, like you guys can see right there, I didn't even swing this thing. If it just makes contact with the other player, it will eliminate them. So definitely, I think these are tied together for the damage. Then we have the staff. So if we take the staff right here, staff at 2 builds, it does damage, but not a lot. All right, you guys can see it's like taking off like one layer at a time on this. So it takes a long time to deal damage to an actual build itself. And to players, I mean, it doesn't deal a lot. I mean, it deals some, but not a lot. You guys can see right. Wait, what? It didn't even take any damage. Okay, so it does about 1/4 of their health bar right there. So it doesn't deal that much. Definitely, there's better options. Then we have this sword. All right, this one kind of similar to the others. And wow, I wasn't even near him like that. I just swiped across him. Wait, this thing might actually be better. This sword might be the best sword in the game just because of its reach, just because it's so much longer than the other ones. You don't actually have to swing to deal damage with this. So this honestly might be the best sword in the game. And last up here, we have the bow. This one, probably one of the worst items inside of the game, just because if players are moving around, Skeleton, just try to like fly around, jump around. Like, like trying to hit them with this is like almost impossible, and it doesn't deal that much damage. So definitely, if you're trying to you know, PvP against your friends, do not use the bow because you're going to get absolutely destroyed. Also, for builds, this doesn't deal any damage at all either, so definitely a no-go. And there is one more here that we are going to include, and that is the spike block, okay? I have my spike block placed. I don't know what happened to it, but you guys can see right here, the spike block is one of the most broken items inside of the game, and there's multiple reasons for it. Let me give you the rundown. All right, so number one, with the spike traps right here, it does damage to players, like so much damage. And what you can actually do, they're also very, very light, so you could literally take these right here and you could turn the collision off on them and the transparency to 100%, and if Skeleton were to literally just walk across the plot just like this, or like walk in this straight line, these would all eliminate him instantly, or almost instantly, like that. So what you could technically do is cover your entire plot in spike traps, make them collision off, transparency off, and you would just have your own barrier wall that nobody would be able to cross, because it would deal damage to them. Now, obviously, it only will work if they have PvP mode turned on. But anyway, right here, not only does it deal a lot of damage to players, but it also does damage to builds. So let me just go ahead and drop this spike block on this massive, massive tower here. This is like 1,000 blocks or something. Wait, oh, I just killed Skeleton again on accident. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. I'm gonna drop this thing, and 3, 2, 1, and all right, here we go. Let's unanchor it and go, go, go. Okay, here we go. Look at this thing. It's just going to go all the way down and just break all of these layers. This thing is literally so broken. You can attach these to your avatar and just walk around and have a force field around yourself and just deal damage that way. I mean, there's so many possibilities with the spike block. It does a lot of damage to players, a lot of damage to builds, and it's all around probably the best one on the list. Now, while that's going down there, I want to show you guys the number 2 spot. I would have to say the number 2 spot would have to be the potions, just because there's different amounts of them. They each do different specific things. They deal damage to both players and builds, and you can also get them for free as well. And if I had to put one in 3rd place, what would I choose for 3rd place? Honestly, 3rd place, Skeleton's gonna go with the minigun. I would say I'm gonna put the dynamite block right here. I'm just gonna say that because you could technically sit there and like spam a bunch of them from a pilot seat, but then again, miniguns also can deal a lot of damage super fast. But let me know down below your order of how you guys would rank these PvP blocks, and look at that spike block. It is still going on that tower right there. Soon enough, it'll hit the bottom. But make sure you guys go ahead and drop a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys all inside the next one. Peace out and goodbye.